welcome to my video today. I am excited to be sharing with you this project, and I'm super sorry about my voice still. It is coming back slowly, but it is coming back. So today I want to make a card with you guys, and this is the Dare to Dream Hostess stamp set. So this stamp set can be found in the very back of the catalog, and you can purchase this stamp set when your order reaches $150. So I have a really fun giveaway today. For every person that orders $50 and uses the host code, I'm giving this stamp set away. Starting today, there's a host code down, a brand new one down in the YouTube description. It is also posted on my website with all of the products I'm using to create this card. So when you spend $50 with me, you use that host code, you get this stamp set, which this is a really fun stamp set. And we're going to dive in and we're going to make a card. So I have some pieces here already, and we're going to get started. What you're going to want to do is start with a piece of Whisper White cardstock. I cut that at 5.5 and then I folded it, and that gave me an A2 size card. So it's 5.5 by 4.25, okay? So all this month I'm going to be using this stamp set and sharing with you guys different ways to use it. So I normally give away card kits for you guys for every order, and I just did not have the ability to create those this month. With the kids being home from school and family being here and working on my craft room. So I thought it would be a great time to do another stamp set giveaway. So make sure that you guys tune in all this month to see me use this stamp set. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do some fancy cutting on this piece of designer paper. I got a request a week or so ago to use more designer paper on my cards. It's not something that I usually do, but I am going to try to start incorporating that more for you guys and giving you ideas. So this is 5.5 by 3.5, and I'm using my grid mat. So the first thing I want to do, I want to start out by folding this in half and just making a little tick mark right in the middle. I don't want to fold that too much because I don't want it to be seen, but I do want that little middle mark. So we're going to put that down on our grid mat again. I'm going to take my ruler, and about 2 squares up, you can see right here at the very bottom of my screen here, there's 2 squares. I'm going to line my ruler up with that second square and the middle mark. Okay, and then the same thing, we're going to go over here. It's a mess, but that's okay. We're going to cut that off. So same thing over here, the second square down to the middle mark. And then we can cut this off. Now the way to get a nice straight cut is you're going to, when I'm cutting, I'm letting my scissors go all the way down. Then I open up my scissors again, and I go to the edge, and then I let it go down all the way again. Up, and then again. Okay, so what I'm not doing is this across the paper. I'm just opening, closing all the way, opening, and then closing again. And that will help you get a really straight mark when you're cutting. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab some Bermuda Bay ribbon. This is the chevron striped ribbon. I love this ribbon. I did not order it to begin with, and then I seen it at a friend's house and I felt it and I was like, this ribbon is amazing. So I'm just doing the cheater method of a bow where I snipped off a little piece and then I'm tying a knot around my longer piece, and that's going to give me a bow. So now what I'm going to do is just take my snail adhesive we're going to put this right at the top, and then on the back we will put a little bit of tape. Like that. Okay, so let's bring our base over again. Now we're going to do some stamping. So let's open this up. I'm using the colors that I already had on my desk from yesterday from the project I used. So we're going to use Bermuda Bay, we're going to use Daffodil Delight, and then Basic Black. So let me show you a little trick when you are using a clear photopolymer stamp. When you dip this in your ink, you are going to be able to see that it picks up ink. So what I like to do is very gently, you see how you can see that stamp pick up ink? So what I like to do is really pick up more ink at the top, okay? This takes a little practice to be able to do, but once you practice this a little bit, you can get a really cool effect with your stamps. So what I'm going to do is I want this on the very bottom. And I kind of start at a little bit of an angle. Not a lot, because you don't want the edge of your stamp to get on your paper. But I can feel when my stamp engages with my paper. And what I do is I kind of push the image up. And what that does is it gives you almost a ombre look. It's a little bit lighter on the bottom and then a little bit darker on the top. Now again, it does take a little bit of time to maybe master that technique, but just try it and let me know what you think. If you think that that is, if it's fun or if it's difficult. I really like giving that different look to some of my images. So now we're taking the piece that we first worked with, and it will fit right on the top here. Okay, so then now we're gonna take Daffodil Delight and we're gonna stamp Every Day. I can't quite see if that's straight or not. It's not perfectly straight, you guys, but that's what happens when you're filming and you can't quite get over the entire stamp. So I'll show you a straight one at the end of the video. So now let's do a couple fun things. So I took my Eastern Palace dies, and there's a die that goes right here, and it's kind of in this shape right here, and I cut that out. We're gonna take some daffodil ink. This is crushed curry, and this is so saffron. So I have like every single yellow that we have out, but I'm just gonna add some ink. It doesn't matter if it's exactly the same shade as the cardstock. It's still gonna give me a little bit of shading, which is what I want. And then same thing for this circle. Okay, so let's do the last of our stamping. So I have a piece of Whisper White. It's just scratch paper. The first thing we're gonna stamp in black, we're gonna stamp the air balloon, the hot air balloon. And then, oops, look at that. I just flung that right over. It's okay. We'll use the other piece here. So then with Bermuda Bay, I'm gonna stamp 3 of these clouds. Okay. So now we're going to need to use the lid of our Bermuda Bay and the lid of our So Saffron, and we're going to do the same technique we did yesterday. And this is literally because it's what's out on my desk. No other reason for it. Okay, so let's add some color. Because we're just using Whisper White paper, you don't want to put too much water. You want to be really careful how much water you're putting on the paper, or it will start to just break down and it might end up being a mess. So we're going to add 2 layers of yellow there. And I kind of want to wipe this off before I go into the Bermuda Bay. So let's just put that right onto our middle circle here. We can add a little bit of color to the middle part of what is going to be our sun. I like using whatever's out on my desk for a couple projects. So now we'll come in with Bermuda Bay. And I'm going to wipe some of that off, but then I'm going to come in here to a couple of the clouds. Okay guys, so what I've done is I've fussy cut all of my pieces out. I've put together my sun, and then let's put together the rest of this card. So the first thing is that our little hot air balloon is going to go right there. Our sun, I popped up the middle circle, and then I think I'll go ahead and I will pop up the bottom piece as well. And this is going to go right here. I got that sun, that circle a little bit crooked, but you get the idea. And then we're going to have some of these clouds all over the place. So we're going to have one right here covering up that little tick line that we made. And then we'll have one that is flat. And I want this one to kind of tuck behind the sun and behind that other cloud. And then we'll have one more, and I think it should be popped up, and it will be right there. So this is our card. Every day is an adventure. And this is the other one I did. And you can see I did white clouds with this one. And I used a little bit less glitter. So I like using things that are on my desk already to make another project. I feel like I get more use out of the things that I'm doing. So I loved using the same color scheme from yesterday's card. I'll stick a card right in here for you guys to check out if you missed what I did yesterday. So I am so excited to be giving this stamp set away. Remember, every $50 and you will get this stamp set right here. I'm super excited. Look down below for the host code, and this is going to start today, and then it will run all the way until I run out of stamp sets, and then we'll do a new host code for a new giveaway. I really enjoy giving you guys product. I think that is really fun to be able to do, and especially these stamp sets that maybe you wouldn't get because maybe you wouldn't put in a $150 order on your own. So thank you guys so much. If you have a question, please let me know. I'll be back on Wednesday. Hopefully my voice will be better. I hope you've enjoyed this project. All the supplies are listed below or on my blog post that you can get to by clicking on the link below. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you on Wednesday.